Hello everyone, this is your host Mr. Top 10, and welcome back to another episode. Parents would like to think that the content that is advertised as child-friendly is child-friendly, but unfortunately that is not always the case. Throughout the history of children's television, many programs have been produced that contain explicit content that is not meant for children. While these productions have been called out by parents and media organizations, sexual content in children's media continues, and seems to only be getting worse and worse. In this video, we will talk about top 10 dirtiest kids shows of all time. But before we move on, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Number 10. Adventure Time. Animated TV show Adventure Time has always been a home to many dirty jokes. Set in a post-apocalyptic world and centering around the adventures of a boy named Finn and his magic dog Jake in the magical land of Ooo, the show was broadcast on Cartoon Network and ran from 2010 to 2018. Throughout its 8-year run, the show was always a source of controversy for parents due to the content of some of its jokes. Some of the controversial jokes included Jake and Lady Rainicorn getting naked running through the cabbage fields, Jake implying that he has a foot fetish, and Finn being suggestively invited into a bouncing castle to watch the princess bounce. All of these adult moments took place in a television show that was all in a show marketed to children and tweens. It is no wonder that parents were against their children watching the show. Number 9. Good Luck Charlie. Good Luck Charlie had a simple and traditional premise. Too many kids, overtired parents, and plenty of wholesome family moments and jokes to keep child audiences coming back again and again. Sprinkled in with the child-friendly humor are a few jokes that only the adults in the audience could understand. In the episode Teddy on Ice, parents Amy and Bob find out that their toddler daughter Charlie is using curse words, and they don't know how to stop her. Although we actually do not see Charlie curse, the implication is more than enough for a children's program. Number 8. Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo was an animated series on Cartoon Network about the life of Johnny Bravo, an overconfident playboy that ran from 1997 to 2004. From its first episode, the show was chock full of adult references despite it running on a children's network. Many of these sexual references in the show included such extremes as a virgin sacrifice and such regular inappropriate actions such as Bravo not respecting women's personal space. In regards to the show's controversial moments, the show's creators said that they were not overly concerned with the adult content and that they did not believe anyone was watching the show. Number 7. 16. This animated TV show about 6 16-year-olds hanging out at a local mall focused on coming-of-age experiences that all teenagers experience, such as finding a part-time job and starting to date. The catch was that these stories were told from a child-friendly perspective, or at least they were meant to be. Mostly, like teens in real life, the animated teens on this show pushed the boundaries of what was appropriate and what was not. The Halloween special, due to the Living Dead's plot, was focused on a peephole in a lingerie store changing room. Number 6. Total Drama Island. The Canadian animated TV show featuring teenagers on an island doing extreme challenges had no shortage of dirty moments. Censored nudity was common throughout the series, despite the fact that the animations were meant to be of 16-year-old children. In addition, many of the actions the animated teens were forced to do, such as eating bull testicles, attracted controversy or were even censored in areas such as the United States, where it was changed to bull meatballs. Although the following seasons of the show did contain censored nudity and teens performing extreme actions, it was much sparser and toned down than the first season. Number 5. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was one of Disney's most successful shows of the early 2000s. The show centered around two brothers who lived in a luxury hotel with their mother and the various exploits they found themselves in. While most of these exploits were child-friendly, many of them crossed a line. For example, in the episode Forever Plaid, the boys, aged 14, drilled holes into the wall to spy on a high school girls' soccer team in the next room as they changed and gossiped. Number 4. SpongeBob SquarePants. For a show to have been on the air as long as SpongeBob SquarePants, controversy is almost guaranteed. Some of the controversy has surrounded the show include a virus-themed episode and an episode that conservative groups said promoted homosexuality in children. The worst and arguably most justified of the controversy surrounds the various dirty jokes in the series. In one episode, SpongeBob told Patrick that his genius was showing. In response, Patrick covered his private area, implying he thought SpongeBob had said penis. Number 3. Jessie. Disney's Jessie, which told the story of a small-town girl who moved to New York to pursue her dreams of acting only to wind up a nanny for one of the city's most elite power couples, did not have an occasional dirty joke which spiraled out of control unlike most of the entries in this video, but seemingly relied on adult humor altogether, despite being a show meant for children. The show's adult humor includes a scene in which an underage Luke, when asked if he had an off switch after making sexually suggestive comments, challenges the adult Jessie to find it in an obviously suggestive way. Number 2. iCarly. Ever since accusations of abuse and sexual deviancy were leveled against once celebrated Nickelodeon producer Dan Schneider, all of his productions were analyzed under a more critical lens. His particular alleged deviancy was said to be an attraction to underage girls' feet, existing across several of Schneider's shows. His most famous show, Nickelodeon's iCarly, received even more scrutiny after star Jenna McCurdy said that she was embarrassed by her acting career, which was mostly spent under Schneider, and acting on iCarly. While she did not go into particulars about Schneider and the Allegra, it is true that many scenes in iCarly featured underage actresses' bare feet, said feet being massaged, licked, and filmed close up. Number 1. Sam and Cat. This short-lived iCarly spin-off is not Dan Schneider's most well-known or beloved work, but it is the one in which he most showed his true depravity for the whole world to see. In addition to the aforementioned foot scenes and allegations of on-set mistreatment from Schneider, what makes this show so perverted is what happened on his Twitter account and how it affected many of the show's fans. In a 2013 tweet made by Schneider, the show's account requested that young fans write. Unfortunately, many young fans followed Schneider's request and sent him photos of their feet with #SamandCatSaturday written on them so that they could be retweeted by the show's account. In a 2018 press statement after these allegations, among numerous others, were brought to light, Schneider responded by saying he found children's feet funny and that the images were not meant to be sexual. Even if this statement were true, Schneider still broke the cardinal rule of internet safety and requested images of young children through the internet, using the show's Twitter account to do so, much to the dismay of those following the scandal. So while most kids shows that contain inappropriate content only last 20 minutes with easily reversible damage, Sam and Cat caused negative effects on its following that could last forever. Want more top 10 videos like these? Click subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of future uploads.